Palantir is up 50% year to date. It's up 70% over the past 12 months. And yet, as I'm about to show you in this video, Palantir is going to do another 500%, give or take a few percentage points by 2030. It's about to make history. It's about to join elite stocks like Nvidia and like Tesla. And the crazy part about this is that most market participants are going to miss this opportunity. Most investors are not going to understand the true potential of Palantir until it is too late.
Our ontology and a large language model. And this works very, very quickly, and it is substantially changing the health and vitality of every business here. For people just looking at this, what does it mean for Palantir? It means we are sitting on the only thing that actually creates a quantifiable transformational value in an enterprise. I can tell you how an ontology works. It's actually quite simple. You have the logic of the business, including the security logic of the business, and you have something that approximates new knowledge in a new form called a large language model. And it allows you to take the value of the new form, the raw resource of a large language model, and put it into a precise organization in the logic of the business.
Now, that's the bottom line of today's video. If you're in a hurry, you got it. You can leave. I honestly have no issues with that. So don't click nothing, don't smash nothing, don't buy nothing. Let's talk about Palantir. Now, despite these phenomenal numbers, a lot of investors are worried because they're looking at the forward PE of Palantir at 61, they're looking at Nvidia at 35, and they're giving me the argument, which is kind of true, which is, Palantir isn't worth double than Nvidia, and I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying two things. Number one, Palantir is still growing into its valuation. It hasn't fully gone to its full profit potential because remember what happened with Tesla. Tesla was at 200p, 150p, 100p. It took a couple of years until it actually grew into its valuation. The same thing would happen with Palantir. The other thing is that Nvidia is already mid-cycle. The hardware AI cycle has started. Nvidia is definitely leading that. So the profits are going up, the cash flow is going up, everything is going up. Palantir has set itself up to be the quasi-monopolistic element in the software sector, which is the next phase of the AI revolution. And once that volcano erupts, you're going to see the P ratio dropping down significantly. And at this point, it's trading at a premium because most smart investors understand that and they're willing to pay that extra premium knowing that Palantir is about to erupt. Now, everyone is chasing the hardware trend right now. And I get it. Nvidia is the hottest thing in town. But you have to understand that the next phase after the hardware, after the CapEx, after everybody's upgraded is the software side. You can't just buy a great machine, a great server, and a great LLM, but not having a good operating software that actually can run this and run this in a way that makes your business more money. Now, a lot of people will miss this because you see, Nvidia actually needs Palantir, just like a good computer needs good software. A good LLM model still needs not just the hardware, not just the server, it needs the operating system. Now, luckily for Palantir, they have the best product in town. There's not even a close second. You can listen to some of these AIP presentations in which customers are talking about how this is a massive game changer nobody else has. Now, Palantir did this switch when they went from a super premium product for the Fortune 500 companies and they're slowly coming down to earth, in which every business eventually is going to use AIP. That's the move Tesla did, with starting with the Model S and dropping all the way down to Model 3. The same strategy is being utilized by Palantir. They're democratizing and expanding the customer base. What you're seeing right now with the AIP bootcamps is just the start. Now, right now, all the money is going into chips, SMCI, Nvidia, infrastructure, CapEx, the hardware side. A lot of that upside has already been priced in by the stock market. There's still some upside there for sure, but the majority of it has been already taken. The next phase is actually using these servers along with the appropriate LLMs, with the proper operating system, with the proper software. This is AIP. This is Palantir. This is the quasi-monopoly Palantir has created by focusing on this when everybody else were chasing after the hardware. And right now, they're set up to be the leader in this industry, just like Nvidia is in hardware. And yet somehow, mid-2024, as this thing actually is developing right in front of their nose, most investors fail to see this. Look, Nvidia is at $3 trillion market cap, rightfully so. How much more is it going to go up? To $6 trillion? Fine. That's 100%. On the other hand, Palantir is trading at $50 billion market cap, which is more likely to 4x, 5x, 10x from this point on. Is it more likely that Nvidia is going to go to $30 trillion? Or is it more likely that Palantir is going to go to $500 billion? Which is more likely? And I understand how this may get confusing to some people because a lot of investors are actually not that versed in what Palantir does. In fact, most retail investors just don't understand what is so special about AIP and why it's a volcano waiting to erupt. And in this video, I'm going to try to quickly explain in very broad terms what it is. But if you actually want to understand it in depth, there is hours of film on the Palantir YouTube channel when you can watch AIP cons where clients come in and explain how AIP is being utilized in their business and how it actually helps them make money, make better decisions, and actually get ahead of the competition. It's very, very interesting. It just requires some time. So for those who complain about not understanding Palantir, go watch the videos first. There's so much material on it. Now, I want to quickly kind of explain how this thing works. Imagine you're a big company. You have lots and lots of data. Let's say an airline. Every flight generates 2 million data points. You have warehouse, you have scheduling, you have maintenance. There's a lot of things going on, lots and lots of data. Now you've decided to go AI, like everybody else, rightfully so. You've bought the H200s, you've bought the servers, you've bought the LLM, but now you're stuck with basically ChatGPT. This whole thing doesn't really help you make better decisions on time. It doesn't help you run your business. It's basically a text suggestion mechanism that just makes your life a little bit more complicated because you have to operate that and still do the same things you did yesterday. With AIP, within a couple of days, we can actually give you a product that works based on your business logic. Basically, going from a ChatGPT style text and answers and suggestions into an operating system, which is going to run your entire business with all this massive data in one single place. That's going to allow you to make decisions on the fly within seconds. Things that used to take you weeks of board meetings, suggestions, emails, everything happens in real time. Now, the whole craziness about this is that it takes Palantir 10 hours to come out with a working product. That is why boot camps have been so successful. And that's why clients have been going gaga over this. They come in and walk out within a day with a working product. An LLM that's integrated into a software that's literally operating their business from one single place, allowing you to make decisions on the fly within seconds, that actually does things, implements things. There's a lot of examples on AIPCon and how it's actually done. But think about it this way. Instead of going through your board and sending emails and having think tanks and joint sessions where you kind of figure out what's the best way to do, the LLM is actually going to find the solution with the AIP software, and it's going to allow you to implement that decision with the click of a button. That's going to save you time, money, safety. Everything goes up.
Foundry and AIP have been terrific for us. We actually launched the first prototype within 45 days. And that was just amazing from my perspective. So what is it that we're looking to do? So we're looking to move from a highly static, we run a model, we score our database, we execute, we wait 6 months to see what happens, and then we collate a lot of information, we argue amongst ourselves. So automation and optimization of how we execute and then deliver that right value to the customer in the right moment.
On the scan screen, you can see inventory trend with several categories and get the specific date of shortage. So now you realize you need to take action, for example, to reallocate inventory from other factories. Then this application gives you a great support to simulate inventory reallocation by adjusting those kind of conditions on the dashboard. And they are really customizable. It can be adaptable to your own business.
If your competition does not use AIP, if they're still doing things the old way, they're going to be left in the dust, which basically starts a frenzy, which is what we're seeing right now. Everybody wants one because if you don't have AIP and your competitors obviously will have it, you are screwed. And that creates the same frenzy we're seeing with Nvidia, with the quasi-monopolistic pricing power where Nvidia can charge pretty much anything because everybody wants one. Same thing with Palantir. It's just not priced in yet. This changes everything. This changes the way you run your CRM, your MRP, your scheduling, your everything. This is a huge change. Now in 2020, when this company went public, I told you, hey, at $10, this is a steal. We've done 170% since in 4 years. And this is just the start. Palantir is just getting warmed up. I'll see you in the next one.